I'm Old Sneelock. Welcome to another episode of Old Sneelock's Workshop. Today I'm making bearing mounts. I'll bore it out to 3/8. Magnetic drill out of the scrap pile, holds on to every chip, but it's also ground specifically to have 4 different cutting edges. It's got 2 small ones and 2 larger ones. Now this one's designed to be able to cut almost without a pilot hole, but on this little lathe it's just too much draw on the horsepower, so I usually run it with a pilot hole just to get the amount of material cut down so it doesn't bog out. But it works quite well. I'm at 950 plus 18, 968. 1.375 minus 0.968. So I got to take it 0.407. That says 1.375. Let's see how the bearing looks. Just about perfect. So I end up with a nice little sandwich, holding the bearing securely in place in the center. With the inner race riding directly against the bearing and the outer race pinching the outer section of the bearing into the framework. So I need to tack this onto the back so that it's centered and I have clearance for the axle to go through. Now before I do that, I want to bore this out. I want to make it slightly larger. But before I change my setup, I'm going to go ahead and bore out the other plate. before I change my setup, I'm going to go ahead and bore out the other plate. Now the second thing that I need to have happen is I need to be able to mount this plate and the bearing in position. One of the difficulties of working with square-headed bolts on antique equipment is square-headed bolts and square-headed nuts are notorious for not being exactly the size. So for the sake of putting things together, I'm going to use a hex head on this one particular piece. I'll drill out the other bearing mount, bore it, mount the bearing, and I'll have the bearing mounts done. 2 bearings complete. If you have any suggestions for a new video, questions about today's video, or any of the other videos on the channel, just drop a note in the comments below. You know I read them all. Thanks for watching.